What is up, people? What is up? Y'all are rocking with none other than your boy Avery. And guess what? It's that time of the year again. It's that time of the year again. Football season is here. And guess what? I'm always here to talk football. So I'm going to start my little series where each week up until the season start, we're going to kind of talk about division. Kind of see what's what and see what it is to look forward to. And guess what? We're going to start with the most delusional division in football, period. Now, if y'all don't know, this is who I rep. Bang, bang, Niner gang, baby. But we're going to start with the most delusional division. And, of course, that division is the NFC East. NFC East fans are the most delusional. And I'm not speaking specifically to Cowboys fans. I'm talking to New York Giants fans. I'm talking to Philadelphia Eagles fans. Delusional. Commanders fans can be delusional, especially my goddamn cousin. Because he feel like the Commanders going to go 17-0 in his eyes. But, I guess that's not realistic at all. So I'm going to let that be. Anyway, let's talk, and we're going to start with the Commanders, actually. Because the Commanders, number one, they names still suck. Suck ass. But they got new ownership, so that was great on their part. They got rid of Dan Snyder. He sucks. And guess what? One of the members in their ownership squad is none other than Magic Johnson. But unfortunately, Magic is still a person. He ain't real Magic. Magic is not real. But some of the key players that they got is Scary Terry, of course. He is one of the guys that got paid. And then they got, on defense, they got Jonathan Allen, Cameron Curl. He's their safety, and they still got Chase Young, which they're looking to kind of move him, from what I can tell. Montez Sweat still on that defensive line. And guess who they got at quarterback? None other than good old Sam Howell. Sam Howell going to be a Pro Bowler this year in the eyes of Commanders fans. Sam Howell is going to be a Pro Bowler. They got rid of old boy from ODU last year to go with Sam Howell. Well, all I can say is good luck with that shit. Golly, I don't understand it. Next up, we got the second most delusional team in the division. And this is literally the second most delusional team. That's the New York Giants fans, man. Them fans is crazy. I don't understand it. For some reason, they think Daniel Jones is better than what he really is. Daniel Jones is trash. He is trash, ass, and whatever else. He's nothing without Saquon. And the weirdest thing is that they chose him over Saquon, as if they don't already know that he ain't shit without Saquon. Not to mention that they still had no receivers. The only thing significant that they added outside of Saquon and quote-unquote Daniel Jones is Darren Waller, who can't seem to stay on the field. I don't understand. He had 388 yards last year. Total. That means he was off the field a lot. He had to be off the field a lot to just have that. But it's a good thing for Daniel Jones. The Giants was able to sign Saquon to a one-year deal worth $11 million, which ain't right. They doing these running backs dirty, especially because they can still put them on a franchise tag next year. But they gave Dan Jones an arm and a leg, and he barely worth a foot. But they better hope Saquon don't get hurt this year, because, man, they're going to be looking real weird, especially because they ain't pick up no receivers. They have no quality receivers on their core. Makes zero sense. The only thing the Giants really, really got going for them right now is a great coach. And so hopefully their coach can pull the best out of Daniel Jones. But I can tell you right now, if Saquon ain't there, I don't know. New York Giants will be like, that's my quarterback. Ain't my quarterback. That's your trash back. He is trash. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. He's trash. True trash. Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys, man. Listen, the Dallas Cowboys might be in the worst possible position that they could possibly be in because they had added some significant pieces. If you look at their core, they added Brandon Cooks, who, in my opinion, is a really good receiver, right? Their defense still consists of Trayvon Diggs, Michael Parsons, and then they added Stephon Gilmore, who is going to be a Hall of Famer. Zach Martin is still on the offensive line, even though they got contract issues. CeeDee Lamb is still in the lineup. He had over 1,000 yards last year. And then they got Tony Pollard coming back. He had over 1,000 yards last year, just barely, but he had it. The biggest problem in it all is they still got Dak Prescott. And Dak is trash. Dak didn't throw for more than 3,000 yards last year. He only had 23 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. And he played like half the season. How you lead the league in interceptions and miss games? That is so weird. Well, I'm telling you, he ain't lead the league in miss games. I was just joking around. But I feel like as long as they got Dak, they got problems. Mike McCarthy could be a part of the problem because while he's winning, he is winning in the regular season, man. He's doing this thing. Reality is he's not making his quarterback better. In fact, his quarterback is getting worse. And at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, why is my quarterback getting worse? Whose job is it to develop these quarterbacks or these players? Well, if we're going to say the offensive coordinator, whatever, the quarterbacks coach, whatever, guess what? Mike McCarthy calling the plays this year. So there are zero excuses, Dallas fans. Unfortunately, y'all got to look at this. I know. 2 years in a row. But it's okay. Maybe they'll create a storyline. We'll have to play each other again in the playoffs, and y'all try to win this time. Try to win. I don't know what that shit was they did last time where they had Zeke playing center. That was some bullshit. Anyway, let's move on to our next and final team, man. This week's division review. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles is the defending NFC East champion. They definitely got a top 10 team in the league. Even though they lost their offensive and defensive coordinator, they lost who was it? Darius Slay. They lost. Nope, they still got him. Nope. They did lose. I can't think of his name, but he came over to us. He was a Pro Bowler. I'll take him. Absolutely. 4-year deal. So, but the key in all of this is going to be their quarterback. Their quarterback, he didn't get over 4,000 yards passing, but he protected the ball, his decision-making. Listen, one thing I say about Jalen Hurts is a really, really, really strong asset. He represents us well. The way he carries himself off the field is equivalent to the way he carries himself on the field. He's a great decision-maker. He's making great decisions on the field. He got a great receiving core, including Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. His offensive line is elite, of course. His defensive line was elite, but I think they still got it. And then they just added that young boy from Georgia who had off-the-field problems. But if I had to pick a team to win a division, they had Darius Slay come back too, from what I can see, in Hassan Reddick. So, and James Bradbury. So all of that is substantially a gift for them. But they don't get the coaching, so it's a new game plan. And the biggest thing is, can Jalen Hurts have a repeat season? Jalen Hurts was the number 2 quarterback in the NFL last year. Their team got all the way to about 9-0, and before they even took a L. And it was all based on him. And I think that game they lost, he won't even playing. So he's going to be the difference maker. Can he do it, or will he be like Daniel Jones? Because Daniel Jones had a great season last year too, quote unquote. Got him like $30-something million a year. But he also had Saquon. And if you lose Saquon, the chances are he's going to lose. On the other hand, Jalen Hurts don't got Saquon. They had a good run game, and they got DeAndre Swift from the Lions, who's a great addition, especially with their offensive line. But the question is, can he repeat? Can his decisions be as sound as they was last year? He'll take off when he needed to. And he's much bigger than most of the quarterbacks, so that could be a problem. But I got my pick in for who's going to win the division in the NFC East this year, and it's going to be, drum roll please, the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles going to win this division again because, let's see, Sam Howell's the quarterback of the Commanders, and no, that's not going to happen. The New York Giants only have Saquon Barkley because Daniel Jones is trash. Even though they went to the playoffs last year, it doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. And the Dallas Cowboys still got Dak Prescott at quarterback. He is a turnover machine. He's going to turn the ball over and over again. Oh, yes, he is. Imagine if the Cowboys had Jalen Hurts. Whew. Yeah, that'd be a Super Bowl team. I wouldn't be a Cowboys fan for the Cowboys. But at the end of the day, we know who's going to win that division. And it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. So, with that said, I'm done. Next week, we got the NFC West. Wait, nope. Let's change that. Let's do the AFC East. AFC East next week. We'll holler at y'all next time. Peace. And bye-bye.